Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Caitlin Hanson.
And I'm your host, Klea Turner.
Klea, I'm so excited to be here with you.
I'm so excited to be with you.
I am especially excited for this episode because I follow you obviously on TikTok and Instagram, and I love watching all of your videos and just seeing all the creative things that you're up to, which kind of inspired what I wanted to talk about in this episode today, which I think this is a tiny bit maybe like cheesy title, but Chasing Your Dreams While Raising Babies. So how to pursue personal goals and ambitions without feeling like you're neglecting motherhood.
I don't think it's cheesy at all because I feel like this is a topic that I think about literally every single day because I don't know, everyone's like, oh, you need a balance of like work and motherhood and all these things. And I'm just like, there isn't one.
No, yeah.
And you'll never find one. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself and learn every single day.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. I've been posting on TikTok for like a year.
I'm like
consistently.
So impressed because I feel like geriatric when I tried to use like
that's how I
TikTok
still
or
feel.
like do a video.
When I'll see like the influencer girls on TikTok and I'm like, no, I am geriatric because
how'd you do that?
No, and like how do you film in public? Like how do you like I don't know. I'm not very brave when it comes to I make sewing content, by the way. So I'm
Which
like
is
in
amazing.
my studio in my house like sewing, kind of like a hermit. The craziest thing I'll do is like film at Joann's.
Love.
But yeah, so that's been fun. I've been really proud because it's been very like I've posted every single day I've been posting on TikTok for years, but like for the last year it's been every single day.
That's so impressive.
So, and it's been slow growing. Like the sewing community is the best, but it's not like a huge community. So it's been fun. But with that, in like, I guess I started in October, but I had made like a stocking pattern on TikTok and everyone's like, with a bow.
It's so cute.
For Christmas. And everyone's like, I want the pattern. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put it on Etsy. Like how hard could it be? Turns out it was really hard.
Because have you sold anything on Etsy before?
No. So I had never sold on Etsy. Like I don't even know what that world was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like you had to put in all your business information, which is a whole other thing. And I'm like, I don't even like have a business for this yet. Anyway, we figured it out. But it ended up selling really well. And so I was like, okay, like this could be kind of fun. Like maybe we could start doing Etsy stuff. And then I follow all these other sewing girls and they like make their whole income off of Etsy. And
that's
so I'm
incredible.
Like, and I don't know how it will go. A lot of people say it's really hard. Like it's hard to like break into the market. So we'll see. But anyway, like I was saying, it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
When you sell like a digital pattern on Etsy, it's like passive income. So like
it's like an automated process kind of, right?
Yes. So like upfront is a lot of work, like developing the pattern. And then once you get it selling, like all you really do on Etsy is like customer service. Like, So it's a ton of work up front. And that's kind of like the stage I'm in right now because I'm developing like a clothing pattern. So luckily it's a lot of work for a few months and then it will kind of like chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
But with motherhood, it's just tricky because so I also have, for a little more backstory, I also have a wedding and birth videography business.
Yeah.
I'm a mom of a very spirited little lady who I love so much. And my husband works full time. He works in sales and he also just started a YouTube channel. So we're like, we're both just out here hustling. So
2025 is the year of the hustle.
It is. And I'm excited. And it hasn't been for me the last few years. I'm like, I just want to be like not working, chill. And this year, for some reason, I'm like, we are working.
You got that
this year. Yeah. I don't know. So it's a lot. And so trying to balance like being a mom with it is tricky. But yeah, every day is a little bit different. Luckily, me and my husband, like, I feel like because he's also like pursuing YouTube, he just gets how it is. And so we're really good at like switching off, like spending time with my daughter. But for the most part, like, I don't know, like a typical day.
Yeah. Because I was just going to say, like, walk me through, a typical day of like.
Yeah. So.
And I'm sure it's different every single day.
Every day is different. Yeah. And that's like the good part about being self-employed is I'm like, and it really does give me the freedom to be a mom. And like when I don't want to work, I don't have to.
Yeah.
Which is really such a blessing. We'll start in the morning. Yeah. I wake up at 8 because I have to sleep 8 hours or I am not a functioning person.
That's me. I'm like, my ideal is 10 hours.
If I could sleep 10, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Give me that sleep.
Exactly. So the reason I sleep until 8 is because I stay up till midnight every single night.
Me too.
How can we not, right?
Yeah.
How can we not?
Revenge bedtime.
Oh, we'll get into that. It's so bad. So yeah, we'll wake up at 8. My daughter usually, she's kind of a sleeper inner.
Good.
Which is a big blessing.
That was my first.
A big blessing. And I'm so worried to have another one because what if they ruin that?
No, but truly.
But I love the sleeping in toddler. So she'll wake up at like 9, and then from like 9 to 1:30, like is just time spent with her.
Yeah.
Like
eating breakfast.
Yeah, we eat breakfast. We'll usually go run an errand or two. We do not like, her and I both, like, we just do not like being in the house.
Yeah.
And if we don't have anything to do, we'll go down to my mom's and go play with her dogs because we just, especially in the winter, it's so hard in the winter.
Yeah.
Crazy. It was really nice yesterday. It was 60 and we played outside.
I was shocked.
And my daughter,
so
now
nice.
she's begging to go outside again. And I'm like, oh, you're not going to like next week when it's 30 degrees.
Seriously.
But anyway, so we'll hang out till like 1:30. And that's when I'll put her down for a nap. But like,
the naps
are we getting a nap? We don't know. We're not always getting a nap, which is really cramping my style, but it's okay.
That is hard.
Yeah.
Like that makes me sad when they stop taking those.
Yeah. Well, and all my friends are like, when they go to one nap, it's like, it's so great because it's 1 3-hour nap. And she did that for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then now she just has FOMO so bad.
Well, I'm like, I don't think you realize too how much you need that time as a mom.
Yes. Just to like reset and like not be overstimulated for a little while and not be like frozen blaring in the background at all times.
Yes.
So that's been tricky because she used to take like 2 2-hour naps when she was little. And then it went down to a 3-hour nap and now it's down to like a 1-hour nap. So during her 1-hour nap is when I'll try and work because it's like I have to cram in any work that I can. But like I can't work while she's awake. Like if I'm on my computer, mama takey.
Yeah.
Takey. She just wants to takey me somewhere all day long, which is so fun. So I can't work while she's up, which is fine because I love to spend time with her. And then so like 1:30 to 3-ish, she'll take a nap.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. Sometimes she'll sleep till 4.
Okay, amazing.
That's amazing.
A rarity.
Exactly. My husband gets home at 5. Usually we'll like eat dinner as a family or like, I don't know. We have lots of things going on in the evenings. Like he'll be filming YouTube stuff. Like I'll be working sometimes.
What's his YouTube channel on?
His YouTube channel is called Mountain Life Ranch. And it's on like ranching. His family owns a ranch in Morgan.
That's incredible.
So it's fun. It's fun. He's an American country boy through and through.
I love it.
And we love it. But yeah, so anyway, we're always just switching off, like doing stuff. But usually we'll eat dinner and then I have a craft club with my friends once a month and a book club.
Wait, tell me about the craft club.
It started out as craft club. Now it's just girls' night. But there's 12 of us, so we can each host a month. And then we each like pick a different craft every single month.
So fun.
And it was so fun. And then now I feel like we kind of ran out of crafts. So now we've been doing like
what
just
kind
like
of
girls'
crafts
nights.
did you do in the like?
We did like bow garlands and painting candles and
cute.
All kinds of stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, I'm
a craft girl.
No,
crafting
love that.
is my identity.
That sounds so fun because I'm a club girl. I'm like I got my cookbook club. I'm hosting book club tonight.
There's something just like so fulfilling about like, and every single month like you'll get to see your girlfriends.
That's so fun.
It's like the very best thing.
Club.
Yeah. So every other week I'll have like something. Which is nice because I love my friends.
Yeah.
And I need my friends in this life.
Oh, yeah.
But then once we put her down at like 7:30 and then I work from 7:30 to midnight.
Okay, that's
usually.
A lot too.
It's a lot. I mean, and most of the time I'll tell myself because I'm tired by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, I'll work from like 7:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
And then I'll go to bed or I'll go read or whatever. But But sometimes, like right now, when we're like, I'm really trying to get this pattern out and I'm just trying to get it done. I'm like, we are not finding a balance because I am just working late. But I don't know. I feel like that's the only way you can do it, like, and still be present as a mom. The hours from 7 to midnight are so precious.
Oh, they
to
are.
Me. They're sacred.
Oh yeah. I'm like, that's how I get I have to clean the house every single night before we go to bed.
Same.
I'm like, that's just
I have to reset my kitchen every night. Yep.
And I'm like, if not, then my house turns into like the most disgusting place. And I'm like, I can't.
We were talking in a different episode about our cars, and my car is so bad, but I allow that to be bad. And I'm like, as long
That's
as
like your one space.
as long as my kitchen is clean and like my room is clean,
Yeah.
because it's so much work to keep those things
Oh
clean.
my
Everything
gosh.
else can be.
That's a full-time job.
No, for real. And that's the thing. I'm like, I need to be hiring like someone to come clean my house. I have a nanny come on Tuesdays
Okay,
from
love.
just for 3 hours. Like, I can't afford like a full-time nanny by any means. So
Yeah.
like she comes 10 to 1 on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Which is
Tuesdays are my nanny
so
day
nice.
too.
Yes. So that is like my saving grace. Also, we're so lucky. Both of our parents live like 10 minutes from us.
That's me too.
So like I can call my mom. My mom is so great and my mother-in-law is incredible. Like anytime I'll call either of them, like they're there. And I know not everybody has that, but like that's how I get stuff done too.
I'm sure they love
They're
that
just
too.
so helpful. Yeah. And she's the only granddaughter on both
Okay.
sides. So
then yeah. They're
so
like, great, we'll take her.
It's been super fun. But yeah, it's just busy. I
Yeah.
don't know. Do you feel the same? Like I know you work a lot. It's like
Yeah. It's my schedule is we were just talking about this before we started recording, but my schedule's very much like at the mercy of other people's schedule too, with recording at the podcast studio. So I do obviously the Playdate, but then there's quite a few other podcasts that we record with other people. So it's kind of just like
all the schedules are hard to coordinate.
Yes. So it's just like a lot of different times. So sometimes it's like later at night when my kids are like going down. Sometimes it's, in the middle of the day. So my people that I record with are incredible and have been like so flexible and great. I'm trying to kind of compartmentalize like my days, if you will, where it's like, okay, Tuesday is like my 10-hour day or whatever it is, where I just try to get in like as much stuff as I can so that on Wednesday I can like do 2 hours in the morning and then dedicate the rest. So I'm like more so doing like time blocking.
Which is so
things.
nice. Well, and I feel like there's so much like guilt with motherhood and like working and stuff. And it's like, it's just never going to be good enough, right? Like if you're working so much, like everyone's like, oh, you're not spending enough time with your kids. And if you're spending only time with your kids, like, oh, you have nothing for yourself. Like, and they're like, truly, there will just never be a balance. I feel, I don't know, I feel pretty good lately about like how much I'm working, how much I'm being a mom. My goal this year is I'm like to spend like at least an hour of just like quality time and not on my phone, like interacting, playing with my daughter every day. Cause I'm like, you can't spend 8 hours a day with your kids. You can't spend 8 hours a day working. I mean, I guess you can.
I mean, you
can,
could,
but like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like, I just try and have that like little amount of quality time with her every day. And I'm like, I feel like I hope, I mean, she's still so little, but I hope she'll like feel that like I'm trying every single day to like be present. It's hard too, because you also want to give them a better life and like work.
Sure.
And so I don't know.
It's so hard to find
busy.
balance. And like I talked about this, like for a long time, I didn't feel like it existed. And I don't know, sometimes I'm like, some weeks I'm like, I've got it figured out. I've got a good balance. And then the next week it's like, there's just so many ebbs and flows with motherhood, with like life, and then with working too, where it's like, sometimes I'm heavy on like the working mom for that week. Sometimes I'm like heavy on the friends or like,
well, I think like that's the balance of like I don't think you're going to have a balance like day by day, but I'm like, you know what? If you have a balance month by month, like, or week by week, like, maybe you had a heavy friend week, but maybe you needed that. Like,
for sure.
And maybe you had a heavy just mom week because your kid was so sick, but you got to spend so much quality time. Like, I don't know. I think I have to like kind of step back and be like, okay, if life feels more balanced, not just like the day by day.
For sure. And I think it took me like a long time to realize that too. Cause I'm like, why can't I like figure out balance? And it does take some like reframing and things. And I'm like, I recognize, I feel very fortunate to work the job that I do because to an extent it is, around my availability as well. And it's like, she can't come with me to record at the studio, but on a lot of my other tasks and things that I do, she can be there with me.
Which is
I can
so
like
nice.
run around with errands and be working or take her to the office for a second. So I think that also does help me with finding some sort of like balance. Cause I'm like, even if I'm working, I'm still like with her.
Well, and your oldest daughter, how old is she again?
She's 5. So she's in kindergarten now, which makes things a lot easier.
I was going to say, I'm like, I feel like in my mind, I'll always be this busy with kids. And I'm like, I forget that they like end up going to kindergarten and like Has that just like, does that come a lot faster than you would have thought? Or do you feel like it's still quite a few years of like, obviously you have other kids and then it's like kind of repeats itself, but.
I think so. Liv has always just kind of been in like a full-time school type of thing. Like before she was in kindergarten, she went to a Montessori school. This was when I was working full-time, but doing 8:30 to 4:30 every single day. So I'm like,
that's awesome.
She's always just kind of been in that, I don't know, rhythm, and she needs that. She's like,
that's how I feel like my daughter is.
Yeah,
she's
she
very
needs
social,
like the structure, needs something to do, needs that like social interaction. So that's been really good for us. My second, not so much. She kind of like, she loves her people, but like doesn't really like other people.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. And like is more of like a homebody, and she is a really good like independent player.
Okay, that's so awesome.
Yes, which has started to free up more time, but that wasn't always the case when she was younger. So I do feel like as they get a little bit older, certain activities and things will buy you more time to be able to
that makes sense.
Do things.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I'm like, my daughter really, I'm like, I've only been a mom for 18 months. Like sometimes I have to remind myself that when I'm like, oh, this is so hard. Like this is so overwhelming. I'm like, I'm literally still just like learning how to be a mom. Like,
oh, for sure.
And she, like every 90 days, like something changes.
Oh yeah. You think you have it figured out and then there's something else.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think there'll ever be a balance with any work-life stuff, but it's been fun. Like, I feel like being able to pursue something outside of motherhood is something that I personally need. Like, I just like to find like my own identity. I just feel like motherhood can like, it's a little tricky sometimes.
Oh yeah. So. And I think I've mentioned this on another episode too, but I'm the same way. I'm somebody like, I love being a mom. It's incredible. But I'm the type of person that also needs something else to fully feel fulfilled.
Me too.
Like I need some sort of other outlet, whether that be working, whether that be diving into, like a certain project and hobby. Like I have to have that other thing outside of being a mom.
I feel like our like generation has been pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everyone our age is kind of like, okay, like we need some stuff outside. Like we're getting better for like asking for help. I think that's the biggest thing is just like accepting help from people. Like even from my husband, he'll be like, okay, you go work today. And I'm like, no, I feel bad. Like it's like your day off work. And he's like, well, no, like you need to work. And like, I'm like, I just need to accept the help. Like he's offering it to me. My mom will offer it to me, like hiring somebody. Like, I just think that's really the only way.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like, thank goodness for supportive partners and parents and like, just having a community that will help out with that. I need so much help on a weekly basis.
I'm so grateful that people like, I don't know. And if you're not a mom too, like being that help for someone, like you will never understand how much that means to a mom.
That's the most helpful thing. Like after I had Nora, my second, people were like asking to bring meals and asking to like do things. And there were a few friends that like just came and picked up Liv for like an activity.
So nice.
And even when I had my surgery just in December, like that was the most helpful thing was like entertaining my kids, having them over for a play date or like that is the most helpful thing.
Yeah. No, it's so true. And I'm just so grateful that I have people. And if you don't live by family or anything, like hiring help or like even hiring help to like clean your house or like just taking one task like off of your plate. Like there's so many tasks on your plate as a mom. And so, I don't think there's ever, I can't say it enough, but I don't think there's ever enough balance, but you can always find some help.
I agree. And one thing that I've recently started doing, I have like an amazing neighbor and friend. She's been on the podcast, Kylie, and we will trade off, like we'll trade kids.
Genius.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm like, because me and my friends have thought of that. Like we have 3 kids or 4 kids between the 3 of us. And I'm like, if we all just took a day, we'd each get our full-on day of childcare. And then you only have to babysit their kids once a week.
Exactly. And it really isn't, I guess for me too, it's like, it's really not that much extra work.
No, if they're all just playing, it's probably less work because they're having fun.
That's especially like with my neighbor Kylie's kids. I'm like, I will gladly have them over because they're all older than my kids.
Yeah. When they can entertain them a little bit.
Yeah. So they're like, and they've grown up with my kids. So I'm like, it's like, kind of feels like they're like
their
baby
sister.
Like,
or like,
more so like, cousins and stuff. And Yeah, it's nice. I'm like, it's way easier for me than it probably is for her to have my kids.
You're like, sorry.
So I'm like, I will take them. And we're doing that. We've never done this before, but we're starting this summer, spring. We're each going on a trip and we're taking. So like I'm taking her kids while she goes on a trip, and then she's taking my kids for a couple days.
So nice.
Yeah,
that'll be so awesome.
Because I'm like, then they'll just already be in their rhythm and they're
so
comfortable.
fair too.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you give them to your parents, you're like, I'm sorry, like this is disrupting your life, whatever. But like with your friends,
to give you back.
Yeah, like I love you, Mom. Like, thank you for all the free childcare.
Yeah.
But like your friends, like it feels like a good trade.
It
like,
does. Yeah. So I'm like, we're trying that, and it helps. Yeah, it helps with like if I want to go do something too. Like maybe you want to just go grocery shopping in peace. Like sometimes you need that as a mom.
Oh. That's why I go at like 9 o'clock at night to Target too.
Smart.
Because I'm just like, I can't. Or we do grocery delivery.
Oh, grocery delivery
I
has
couldn't live without
saved
that.
my life. Shout out to
the only
Walmart
reason I
for
can
us.
pursue my dreams is from Instacart. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Not sponsored, but
no, truly. Okay, so I love just like in summary that you found something that you're super passionate about and like you're going for it, and how cool that you can turn that into a job and monetizing that.
Yeah, it's been so fun. And I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
So
love it. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.